Why do you want to get rich? Do you want to get rich so that you can pull up to your high school reunion in a brand new sports car, flexing, showing people your Aston Martin, your Ferrari, your Lamborghini? Do you want to get rich so that you can post pictures on Instagram, showing off your extravagant lifestyle out in the Beverly Hills or the Palm Springs? Or do you simply want to flex on the broke boys, constantly making content about how amazing you are, how rich and successful you are, how you are God's favorite? Do you want to get rich for that reason? What is it? Have you even asked the question? See, let me tell you about why I first wanted to get rich and how my view towards wealth has changed over time. See, when I was 16 years old, I wanted to get really wealthy. And the reason why was very simple. I wanted to get wealthy so that I would directly show everyone who bullied me that they had not only misjudged my character, but they had misjudged my potential and my internal capabilities. Now, of course, this is ridiculous, right? That was a ridiculous thing to think because these were 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids at the time. How could they possibly know the work ethic of another 15, 16-year-old? Why would they even care? Why would they even think about that? They're going through hormonal shifts. They're trying to drink and do drugs underage at their friends' parents' house. They're trying to get effed up at the football game. Who cares about that stuff? That's how ridiculous it was, but it was fuel for me. And it did inspire me to write music at a ferocious pace. Now, of course, I wanted to write music for other reasons. I was emotionally driven as well because I simply didn't have the nerves to say various things to various people. I wanted to speak my mind, but I was too scared and too timid to do it with my mouth, so I decided to put it on wax, to write it in my notebooks during study hall, during Spanish, during economics, during psychology. Hell, pretty much every class I took in senior high school. But I wanted to get rich because I wanted to prove people wrong. I wanted to get good at rapping because I wanted to prove people wrong. A lot of my early motivation was because I wanted to prove people wrong. I wanted to show those people, those pesky haters, that they were wrong about me, that they didn't understand me, that they didn't get me. Now, of course, I know at the age of almost 26 that, well, they didn't get me, they didn't understand me, and they were never gonna, and they were never supposed to. But now I also understand that this form of fuel is incredibly shallow, and that even if it does last, it will begin to affect you negatively more than it fuels you positively. And I can tell you this because that fuel lasted for me from the age of 16 to the age of 17 to 18 to 19 to 20, hell, even 21. It was still there. It was still lingering, holding on for dear life by a thread. It was still there. I couldn't quite give it up. And it was actually harming me because at that point, I had developed enough of a capacity to love myself. I had built enough skill. I had developed enough self-worth to the point where I didn't need it, but I was still holding on. And that fuel, that fire within me saying that people didn't understand me, people didn't get me, people didn't see my point of view, they didn't think I could do it, that was actually eating away at my self-love. They were fighting each other. They were always coming to blows. They were always combating each other, fist to fist, kick for kick, liver shot for liver shot. It wasn't good. And this tension actually built up within me. It caused me to self-sabotage a lot because it was like there were two psychological beasts within me, two different entities fighting for control over my psychology. If you don't think spirits are real, if you don't think demons are real, well, they are. They're just not exactly what they've been depicted to be. They're not what you see in Netflix shows like Marianne, trust me. Perhaps they exist in that form as well, but they are very real in terms of psychology, in terms of what goes on in the mind. Possession is a real thing. And I experienced that when I was 20, 21, going on 22, because I didn't know what side to give into or what combination of energies to hold on to, what mix was right for me. I didn't know, and so I consistently butted my head against the wall. That is until I realized that the dark side was important, but not in the way that I previously thought. It certainly couldn't be the primary motivator, or certainly couldn't be the thing that got me out of bed every day, looking at things people had said negatively about me, like Patrick Bet-David says. write down all the negative things people have said about you and read it every single day. No, I wasn't going to do that. No, who gives a fuck? No. Maybe for a little while. Maybe if you need a kickstart. Maybe if you really need a spark in the ass. Maybe, but not my cup of tea. Let's just say that. I knew that couldn't be the primary motivator. But I did know that the energy wasn't going to go anywhere, that I wasn't going to be able to repress it, that I wasn't going to be able to control it and contain it and put it in a cage. So what did I do? Well, I blended it with a higher desire, with a desire to get wealthy for other reasons, to get wealthy to feel like I was contributing, to get wealthy to have money for other people in the case of an emergency, to get wealthy so that I'd have money for me in the case of an emergency, in the case that things went wrong, so that I could provide healthcare, I could provide shelter, I could eat good food, so I could travel the world so that I could give it to others. And so most importantly, I'd have money aside in the case that great opportunities came up. Not just great opportunities for investments. Say a crypto is 50% off. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, buy the crypto, whatever. It might go up 5, 10x, whatever. That's one thing. But I'm talking about opportunities to really advance somebody else's life, to accelerate somebody else's career, to get somebody on the right track. That's what I think money's important for. That's where I think it serves people the most. Now, every single day, I try to give a little bit of that. If I go out to dinner, if I go out for lunch, if I get a coffee, if I get a sub, whatever it is, I try to tip pretty lavishly. Now, granted, I don't get the most expensive things on the menu all the time. Sometimes I do, but I don't get the most expensive things on the menu, so I limit my bill. But I like to tip pretty lavishly. I like to give 30, 35, 40, 45%, 50. Most of the time, I'll just round up. Whatever feels good. If I'm drunk, it's usually more. 55, sometimes 75, sometimes 100%. Who gives a fuck? It's money. I'll throw it down, and I'll give the tip. And I'll see the look on the person's face. I remember in particular, me and my buddy were visiting Chicago about a month and a half ago. And we sat down at the bar, lakeside, by the beach. And we were pretty drunk at this point, but we wanted to get some drinks. We looked at the food, but we really just wanted to get some drinks. And so we looked at the drink menu, and we're like, we don't really want to get any of these particular cocktails. What if we just get the bottle? What if we just get a bottle of wine and just split it? So we looked. The bottle was like $50. And so I just said, can we get the bottle, please? And the waitress didn't look too happy because she was like, oh, look at these guys, drunk, and oh, they're not going to spend a lot of money. They're not going to tip me very well. They're not going to get food. She didn't seem that happy. But then we got the bottle. We drank it pretty quickly. And then we threw down $125. And we just left. And we saw the look on her face whenever she grabbed it. She was ecstatic. She was very happy. Because she knew that she didn't really even earn the tip. But she still got it. She felt good. And now she's going to give better service to somebody else, hopefully. She's going to pass that energy on. Hopefully she did. That's the idea. You make money, you get wealthy, so that you inspire other people to make more money and give better service. You inspire other people to live better for other people. I think that's what money's important for now. Now, of course, the dark energy never goes away, right? That little kid, I don't know if I ever heal him. In particular, I don't know if I ever heal him fully, but I know that I can channel that energy into making the money for good. Looking back on those dark days, looking back on the times where I felt neglected, where I felt disrespected, where I felt like I wasn't worthy or valuable, taking all of that energy, taking it and pouring it onto the meal as a flavor additive so that I have even more energy to go forth and make money for positive reasons. So that I ask you, why do you want to get rich? It's perfectly fine if you say for selfish reasons. It is what it is. It's just money. It's just paper. The system is designed to incentivize people like you. If that's what you want to do, so be it. That's your decision. But I want you to decide why you want to get wealthy. Because it could be a combination of selfish and unselfish. It could be purely selfish. It could be purely unselfish, though I'd be a little bit skeptical of that. In any case, you need to decide so that you know how to orient yourself. And be perfectly honest with people whenever you do this. Of course, you have to play the political game, right? We all do. It's part of human society, but be mostly forthcoming with that. Be very forthcoming with the fact that You simply want to make money so that you can fulfill your desires. Fine. At least I know what to make of you. I know how you're going to act. If you want to make money for unselfish reasons, cool, great, awesome. Now I know who you are. Now I better understand you. I think if we were more forthcoming with that, and quite frankly understood that we all want to make money for both sides of the coin. We want to feed both beasts. You and I want to get rich because we have hedonistic, selfish desires, and we have unselfish, communal desires. We want to provide for others. And so long as we just accept that both of those desires are at play, that both of those motivations are at play, and we learn how to channel them properly, I don't see any problem in juggling them both, so long as we're honest and forthcoming with it. But with that I say, why do you want to get rich? Let me know down in the comments below. But if you gain value to this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. This is the New Da Vinci. Have a blessed day.